Hi everyone, welcome back to Insider Gyan. As you must have seen from the title already, we are today going to be covering a really interesting topic, the ever persistent debate between CGPA versus extracurrics. Now, I know a lot of us, when we just get into engineering, first year से ही we start thinking about these things. CGPA पे focus करें या extracurrics पे focus करें. Now, obviously, a great GPA with great extracurrics is never going to hurt. But we all have 24 hours in a day and limited resources, and it's very important to understand in what field which one of these is going to matter more so that you can make a decision wisely. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you 3 pointers in favor of each of these things. CGPA versus extracurrics is probably a valid topic of discussion for both engineering and MBA, but the reasons I'm going to quote in today's video is going to be more specific for engineering, and later, if you guys are interested, I can make a video dedicated for MBA. And now, before we begin, I would strongly urge you guys to subscribe to this channel because that's going to ensure that you get a notification every time there's a new video. And now, without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Let's talk about CGPA first. So number one, if you want to go for higher studies after your engineering, you need to have a good GPA because it's a key admission criteria for most of the bigger universities and colleges. Also, most of the scholarship cutoffs are determined based on GPA and other examination scores like GATE and GRE. Number two, if you want to opt for core jobs, say for instance in computer science or mechanical engineering, GPA is usually a key part of the selection and the shortlisting process. In fact, many companies also have a GPA cutoff for applying to the job. Even in your interview, you are likely to be asked a lot of theoretical topics of what you learned in your 4 years. So that's an indication that GPA in core jobs is very important. Thirdly, if you want to do MBA after engineering, then most of the B schools have a weightage for GPA in their selection process. In fact, you definitely need a decent GPA to make it into one of the reputable colleges, along with decent score in the entrance examinations like CAT or MAT. Now, let's talk about extracurricular activities. Participating in more and more extracurricular activities, taking more and more responsibilities will help you develop a whole-rounded personality and will prepare you so much better. After all, nobody wants to work with a nerd who has excellent programming skills but zero personality, right? Firstly, non-core jobs like banking or consulting. Now, while a good GPA never hurt, but these companies mostly look for peaks in your CV, which means if you have a bad GPA, but if you are really good at your extracurricular activities, then you are likely to get into their shortlist. But at the same time, if you have decent GPA and decent extracurrics, both of which are average, then you might not cut it. Extracurrics are an indication that you have it in you to take initiatives, you have it in you to multitask along with academics. So it's a really valuable skill for non-core jobs. And if you do have a bad GPA, then you can always boost your academic part of the CV with electives such as in finance or economics or management, etc. Secondly, MBA summer internships. Recruitment for summer internships start right after term 1. By that time, you wouldn't have had enough things to prove your GPA or your leadership skills. So that's when companies tend to fall back on your pre-MBA extracurricular activities to make their selection process a little more easier. A good whole-rounded profile full of extracurricular activities definitely differentiates you from the other people who are getting into your B school. Thirdly and lastly, creative fields. Now, a lot of us, when we get into engineering, we get caught in placements and focusing on GPA and so many other things that we lose that creative element within us. And if you're someone like me who has that creative thread in you, you would definitely want to hold on to it and hone it during your college years, because trust me, that is the best time to nurture your passion. Many of you guys might just decide to pursue your passion as your full-time career after your undergrad. In that case, taking part in more and more extracurricular activities, taking more and more responsibilities upon you is definitely going to help you prepare for the life ahead in general. So I'm going to leave you with that thought in this video. Hope you found it useful. If you did, you know what to do. You have to like the video, you have to share it with as many of your friends as possible, and don't forget to subscribe, because that ensures that you are notified every time I put a new video on this channel. I'm going to see you next week with another interesting video. Signing off till then.